Hey Time Slicers, welcome to Slice Squad Spills. I'm your host, Nikki Wildflower. I went from a basement apartment to a multiple seven-figure empire. Now I'm here to share how you can do it too. Hello, welcome to Slice Squad Spills. This is Nikki Wildflower, and I'm here with my co-host and sister, Jackie.
Hello.
And,
you
yes.
gave me a pause to sing hello.
Well, I just gave you a pause to say like hi or something like that. But if you feel like singing is the way that you want to introduce yourself, which clearly you do, then yes, sing.
Every week.
Sing your little heart out. But today's episode is going to be about something that I always put polls out on Instagram. Like I am constantly asking hairstylists, what do you think is the biggest issue that you face behind the chair and in your career that's keeping it from like where you want it to go? Because we want to bring more, we still want to have fun with you guys, but we also want to bring in more like targeted structure to these podcasts because we have a lot to offer your actual business besides just, you know, laughing and having fun. And so in order to bring in like a little bit more structure, we're going to pick something each week, like a common issue that we see within service industries, whether that be hairstylists, whether that be estheticians, massage therapists, lash artists, medi spas, actually most businesses in general.
Pretty much
right?
any. Yeah.
Yeah. And so one of the things that we see the most is like just how to get clients, right? Like that's one of the things that like everyone's like, well, I don't know how to get clients in my chair. And they automatically go to this place where they're like, it's because I'm bad at social media. Like how often do you hear that?
I hear it every single day. I'm bad at it. I just can't do the face forward thing. I can't market like that. I'm just bad, or like I'm bad at it simply.
And you are bad at it because you don't do it. But that's not even like social media is not like the be all end all. So there's really two ways that you can get new clients in your chair. And I'm going to really try to simplify this. There's outbound. So that means you are actively reaching out to people. And then there's inbound, which means that people are actively coming to you. And this is the mistake that I see most hairstylists make. They just expect people to come to them. They don't make any effort in like reaching out and building connections with other people because they feel like it makes them feel like salesy or sleazy or like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah. I don't want to come off I hear all the time from all of our clients, you know, especially in those starting phases. I've been cold called before and I don't like the idea of reaching out because it kind of feels like a cold call. I don't want to annoy people. Yeah, I don't want to like be a sleazy salesperson sort of thing. And shifting the perspective is really the game changer there.
Really, it is. It's about shifting your perspective and also the way that when you are coming at potential clients from this place of like scarcity.
I need your money.
I need your money. I have no clients. I'm trying to build up my books. Desperation. Just like if you put yourself out there to date, it comes off very obvious because we can't really control the way that we're coming off. The same goes with clients. Like they can smell that a mile away. But when you are out there, like to genuinely connect with people and get to know them and make it about them and be grateful for the fact that you even get to do this. Like if I have to hear one more time, like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to post on social media. I don't want to DM people. What a privilege it is to be able to connect with people on that level. Stop. This isn't about you. It is about them. This isn't about you or the coffee cream hair that you created. It's about, it's a client first, value first approach. You can't just expect people to give you their money without adding value to their lives.
100. And yeah, and value is not, hey, thanks for the follow. Here's what I do and here's when I'm available. That's not value, right? Value is connection. Value is conversation. Value is listening. Value is asking the right questions.
Right. So what if instead, hey, thank you so much for the follow. I see that you're in the local area. So what attracted you to my page? Ta-da.
Bum-ba-da-da.
Now, what I do is these beautiful hair extensions that take a fraction of the time. And here's why they're amazing. And here's why I put scalp health first. Everybody leaves looking amazing. I use jojoba oil in my products. Like no one cares. They care about them. not you. They care about them and their problems. So when you really put it like, I'm coming from a place of like, I'm going to empower this person, whether they end up in my chair or not, and I'm going to add value to their life, and I am going to genuinely connect with them, that is when you're actually going to fill up your books. In the meantime, as you bring people in this way where you're connecting with them, you start collecting what we call social proof, right? Before and afters, testimonials. Think of your social media as a landing page where people go to see that you are who you say you are. Don't think about it as a place where people go because they're going to stumble upon you and they're just going to think that your work is better than the hundreds of thousands of other people's work that they've seen.
Right. It's think of it like a portfolio for people to get the evidence from. When you're connecting with someone, right, and engaging with a potential client and having a conversation, let it be a place where they can go to see exactly what you do. And that's going to be on niche marketing, and we'll talk about that. But like, let it speak so clearly to that person, right? Maybe you go and follow a bunch of people in your local area and like some of their posts first, just to warm up, right? Warm up to the idea of outbound conversational marketing. I typically advise people to start there just for like a few days. Just follow people and like their posts, comment if you feel drawn to, right? And then when those people go to your Instagram, what do they see? Are your posts speaking to that potential client very clearly? Oh, is it offering them value? Are they like, yeah, I love this person who just liked a bunch of my posts. And look, they're in my area. They provide this service that I've been looking for.
Yeah, it's keeping you front of mind. And even further than that, like when we are coming from that place. So I still do this. Like I wouldn't have built my businesses to where they are now if I didn't put humans first. Does that mean that I don't want money? No. Like if I didn't want money, I would volunteer all of my time. So anybody who says that they're doing it for the client and not the money is a liar because they would be. However,
both can be true.
Both can be true.
Yeah.
I deserve to be well paid for what I do for people in their lives. And I also am disconnected from whether or not you become one of my paying clients or you don't become one of my paying clients. For example, I still reach out to hundreds of people every day and just genuinely connect with them. Some will turn into friends, some will turn into clients, some will turn into acquaintances. And either way, I'm going to take the time and I'm going to connect with them. So even if that person is in like cosmetology school, let's say, and I know that I can't really help them yet build their career because they're in cosmetology school. They haven't really gotten started in their career yet. I'm still going to take the time, have that conversation, maybe even like encourage them and leave them a voice note. And I'm going to be like, hey, so when you get out of school, this training is going to be awesome for you and it's going to help get you on your feet. Let's stay in touch. And maybe they'll come back and maybe they won't.
Not attached.
Not attached. I'm genuinely here to like, when you come from a place of I'm genuinely here to empower people and solve their problems, it's cool. Like, let's say you're an extensionist, for example. What problems might somebody have that they need to see an extensionist for?
Their hair thinning. Yeah.
Lack of confidence. These things are impactful on a much deeper level than pretty hair. When you bring new people into your chair, you should be coming at it from solving problems on a much deeper level than aesthetically, right?
Mm-hmm. How much value can you offer? How connected do you believe someone's external appearance and their like internal feelings about themselves are? And do you care? Because if you don't, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it.
Or do you just want clients in your chair so you can be rich?
Right.
I think like the main thing that I really want to drive home is like when you come to social media and you come to connecting with people, even in the phone or in person or anything, stop making it about you and make it about them. Ask the right questions. See if you can even help them. Mm-hmm. Before you ask somebody to sit in your chair, see if you even do something that would solve any kind of problem for them. Not everyone's a good fit for you.
Who is this person? Yeah. Who even are they? Especially when you're doing outbounding. Okay, just because you followed someone that you think is local to you, how do you know that they need your services? How do you know that you'd be offering them any value whatsoever just by pitching your service?
You
without getting
don't.
to know them. Yeah, exactly.
The same thing goes for when somebody comes to you and says like, hey, I did see your work and it looks really cool, or I saw your coupon, or I saw something that like drew me to you. Is the first thing you say like, okay, can you like fill out this consultation form and I'll see what I can do? Or do you actually take the time and say like, I love that. Well, what got you excited about what I do? Like, let's say I'm a medical esthetician and someone's like, hey, I saw your work and I was looking at the lips that you do for people. And I just thought that they look really good. They could be like, okay, fill out a form.
I have for this like particular sort of situation, like, hey, person's name, I do have some spots open for lip injections. I'm interested to chat to see how it could benefit you. Are you interested in chatting to see how it could benefit you? Go to my
Or
website.
yeah, I'll be like, let's chat to see if I can actually help. Let's chat to see if I can actually, help you get to your goal. And then like, let's say I want lips that are like 48 times the size of what they are, which luckily I don't. I've talked myself out of that, but they're only like 8 times bigger than what the actual size is at this point. Did I ever do it again?
Recently? No, I didn't
Okay.
notice.
That's the problem with Botox and shit like that. It's like once you pop, the fun don't stop. So like I was like, oh wow. So I get like my Botox done in my forehead and it's not moving anymore. And like I get a little bit of in my cheeks and a little bit a little filler in my lips. And next thing you know, I'm just like, wow, this looks better. And then I was like, I want more of better.
Next thing you know, Nikki had duck lips, and we did have to have a difficult conversation.
Listen, but I'm so open to feedback.
Hey, are you in a good place for feedback about your personal appearance right now, or no?
I'm like, I look like a fucking asshole, don't I? Be honest.
I haven't popped because I know the fun won't stop, so I haven't popped yet. Like I have not. There's no needles have ever entered my face yet.
But with the duck lips, I was like, what am I going to go get them dissolved? Probably not. But with that being said, new clients into the chair. Now, when you bring those new clients into your chair, when they come and they sit down in your chair, and there's more ways. So we're actually going to provide. There's another free training here, and I also I'm going to add my link to. I just started doing this, and like I hope that I don't regret it. But I'm also going to add my calendar link. You can do like a 15-minute strategy call with me. See if I might be able to help you out a little bit and like where your business is at, and that's going to be free. So. Like I said, I hope that I don't regret it, but I'm going to leave that link there. And maybe Jackie will make a link.
I was gonna say, should I check one in too?
You should chuck a link in. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be like speed dating, but like, can I help you with your business? With that being said, like once those clients are in your chair now, and it will lead us into another training that we're going to do with you, you can now create social proof with that. So before and afters, you can ask them for testimonials and reviews. You can also ask them for referrals. Hey, we'll get into that another time. But like how to ask clients for referrals in a way that doesn't feel like awkward. And you can retain them, like give them a kick-ass experience and retain them, like knock it out of the park. And that's how you're really going to start to really create this buzz around your business and really build it up quickly. Continue to post on social media. Everything that you do, every time you do this like outbounding and bring new clients in, create the content with it. Like create the before and after. Tell a story. Don't be afraid to show up authentically on social media. Go in your story polls and connect with people. Be you. Don't think that you have to be a robot on social media or that you have to have this pretty grid. There has never been one time in my entire career that I have had any kind of aesthetically pleasing grid. I'm just here to make people's lives better, make them laugh maybe, teach them something, or make them feel like they're not alone. That's it.
Yep.
I don't give a shit if my grid looks good.
And nobody else cares. I'm telling you, your potential clients, they don't care. They care about the quality of the content, right? How does it speak to them? I think also back to like the story poll thing, if you are afraid to just send someone a DM who's a new follower, which it is scary, but do it anyway, and ask a question. Don't just say thanks for following me because they are not going to answer if you don't ask a question. No. They're like, who are you? Okay, no problem. Right. Open-ended question. What inspired you to connect, etc.
And not something like, hey, thanks for the follow. Are you looking to get your hair done? Bro.
No. Hey, appreciate the follow. Anything exciting happening in your world? What inspired you to connect? What do you enjoy the most about blank, maybe like this industry or about like my content. What's your favorite thing about blank? Any specific topics or content you'd like to see more from on my page? Or more from me?
I always laugh because like I feel like the way that you kind of like start those conversations is way more like artful than the way that I do. Like you're just like, what inspired you to follow me? And I'm just like, sup? What got you interested in my shit?
I like to speak in an intricate manner. Oh, I was going to say, if that scares you a little bit, again, if you need to work your way up to that, go follow people who are local to you that look like maybe they could be a potential client that you kind of jive with, kind of fit your client avatar. Not to judge a book by its cover, but a little bit in this scenario. Again, engage, like some of their posts, maybe if you actually authentically enjoy those posts. You don't have to spam them, right? And maybe they'll just follow you back. If they do, that is a huge invitation, right? From my personal perspective. But another method that you can kind of opt for are those story polls. Now you have someone who followed you back, lives in your area, and is engaging and answering questions in your story polls. 100% an open invitation to reach out and say, hey, thanks for engaging with my story polls. I saw you answered this. What are your thoughts about that? You know what I mean? Like the worst thing that can happen. Let's talk about rejection because I think
That's what I'm like, but what are you even what are you even afraid of? Like, yes, I said this earlier. I'm like, yes, human beings, we're wired not to want to be rejected. We protect ourselves. We're wired to not be vulnerable and put ourselves out there because we don't want to be rejected. So we're fighting against our like natural human brain here to live in the modern society. At the end of the day, like, what is the worst case scenario? You put yourself out there, you either make a friend, make a new client, or they say no or don't answer and tell you to go fuck off. But nothing changes if they say no in your life. But like a lot can change if people keep saying yes or when people keep saying yes. And this doesn't mean reach out to 5 freaking clients and then call it quits because no one answered you. Like be consistent with yourself.
And if and when this works, because it does, don't stop doing stuff. That's like one of the biggest mistakes that people make is like, well, I filled my books. Yeah, for next week. Keep going.
I still do the things. And like we will, like all the things that it took to get me here, I still do those and then some. I just have had to like duplicate myself by like 10. Everything that I did to get here, like as I continue to grow, I still do all of it. And then I just try to train other people to also do the same that I do.
Whatever works, keep doing it. Do it 10 million more times. Let's say you did some outbounding or you had some conversations, you had about 10, you got one client. Do 20 tomorrow. Do 50 after that, right? I'm going to show my Achilles heel here because I got rejected so bad the other day in a conversation. And I want to share because it did, like, for a second, I'm like, ooh, that's embarrassing. Like, that sucked. And then I just moved on with my life, right? Because the person did not want to talk to me. And that's okay. I think
It happens to me every day.
Yeah, I think they like follow, but I'm just kind of building my outbound conversations and connecting with people in that sort of a way. So I think they were tagged actually in a giveaway. So it's a small business owner who was tagged in a giveaway that I was doing. And I was connecting with everyone who was tagged, like, hey, saw you were tagged in this and that you're a small business owner. Like, how's business going? And the person's like, good. I'm like, awesome. So glad to hear everything's going, or like, so everything's going really well for you because I'd love to support you. You know, I see you were tagged and I'd love to support you and connect. And they were just like, no, thanks. Just period. I was so nice. And then I'm like, okay, sounds great. Thanks for following me. I think they followed me too. I'm like, thanks for the follow. Like,
yeah, like
here.
honestly,
Like,
end of the
bye.
day, like you still put yourself out there, and that's like really important. There's like I saw these TikToks called like they're like rejection therapy. You should go to rejection therapy. I didn't know that was a thing, but like just put yourself out there and get used to being rejected. They were like, you should apply to go to Harvard when you know you can't go to Harvard.
It's like exposure therapy to rejection.
It is. I was like, oh, this is kind of like what I did in cognitive behavioral therapy because everything like loses its power when you just like expose yourself to it repeatedly. Every fear loses its power.
Everyone should just start applying to like $1 million per year paid jobs, like with zero experience. Just go do it.
Spend a day with my toddlers. Let them tell you and be like, hey, will you give me a hug? They'll be like, no
No
hug. Like I did that earlier. I was like, hey, Romy. I was like, can I have a hug? And he's like, no hug, mama. And I'm like, fair enough. Walked away. At the end of the day, like who cares? I get rejected all the time. And sometimes people are even, and a lot of people say, yes, that's how I've created so many connections and met so many amazing people and built my businesses to where they are. And this is not the only way you're going to bring clients into your chair and build your business. No, by no means is this the only way, but it's just one way. To me, it's actually it's the fastest way, I would say. And the other thing is like, yeah, sometimes people will just be like, I hate you and I think your work sucks. And I'm like, all right.
Slay.
I'm really glad. So I'll just write back and I'll just be like, I'm really glad that you got that off of your chest. Does that feel better for you? Do you feel a little bit lighter now? Do you feel like more at peace now that I know that you don't like me?
Not the passive aggression in the DMs.
Oh, it's so fun.
I know it is really fun.
Is it not woke that I do that?
I would say, like, as you can see from my page, I'm super open-minded and growth-oriented. So I really appreciate your perspective. Thank you. I think that's actually maybe even more passive-aggressive.
That's also passive-aggressive. No, yeah. I would rather just be, I usually just say like, because I think like I want you to sort of introspect a little bit when you come at me like that. Like, this is part of rejection therapy. So like you tell me like you're a shitty hairstylist and your work looks like crap and I don't know why anybody pays you. And I'm like, that's a really an interesting take. Do you feel better now that I know that?
Nikki's like, do you feel like a man when you push her around?
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel better
now? She falls to the ground.
And then maybe they're like, and then my only hope with that is that maybe some people will be like, why am I being so mean? Probably not, because they don't have the awareness to, they're not clearly going to therapy. And that's okay, because like
You're still offering them value. An open invitation to reflect on your actions, an open invitation to build your self-awareness.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is a growth opportunity here for you.
Everything is.
Fucking jackass. But every once in a while I'll just be like, I would never. So this person's like, one person will comment and be like, I would never pay this person to do your hair. And I said, oh, and I'll like write back and be like, oh, that's a relief because my books are full, so I wouldn't have the space. Zing,
ding, punch. See, Nikki's a puncher.
I'm never going to stop being like, at my core, I'm a puncher. And so like every once in a while, 16-year-old me needs to come out and be like, bitch.
You're like, bitch. What the?
I have to balance that with the part of me that's been therapized.
I think like my toxic trait when I was younger, I was never a fighter, never a physical fighter, but all I wanted to do though was this, like passive aggression and make people feel really small, like for the stupid things that they're doing or saying instead of punching, make them be like, ooh. So it sounds like you've evolved into passive aggression only. Mm-hmm. No punching.
I can't punch anymore. Like, what am I going to do? Go to jail? Like, come on. Like, I have kids. Grow up. And like, I don't really want to hurt. I don't like really want to hurt you physically. It doesn't, it's not as long lasting and impactful as cutting you to the core.
Destroying you mentally. So stupid. Oh my gosh. We're going to be really on topic now for these podcast episodes. No, but I mean, they're just more pointed.
How boring would it be?
We're still going to be silly fun because that's just how we be. But we're going to be talking about more pointed topics. That's all.
And we did it.
I agree. I feel like that. And honestly, probably more effective. 28 minutes. We still bantered, but it was like very particular.
Yeah. So anyway, if you feel like we have obviously a lot more to go through with you. And like, we really do this effectively with our clients. Like we help them fill up their books quickly. We're really good at it. If you haven't seen our testimonials, you should probably see them because they're kind of off the charts. With that being said, we have like so many ways to help you build your books. Zero obligation. I'm going to leave my link below so you can do like a free 15-minute strategy session with Jackie and I, Jackie or I don't know who it's going to land on. One of us will do that with you. If it's available, I'm only going to open up a certain amount of slots every week.
Too.
I'm not trying to like take on too much more, but
me neither. Actually, she put me on the spot today. Sure, am I going to add you to the round robin? I think I'm going to add Jackie to the round.
I saw your stinking wheels spinning, man.
They were turning. I'm on board. I love talking to people. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. It fires me up, and like I'm an extrovert. So we'll leave that link below to do your strategy, your little laser fast strategy session. Ask you some pointed questions, see where you're at, see if I could add some value before I ask you to become a client.
See if we can actually help.
See how this works.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I actually don't know if I can help you. It really depends where you're at in your career. And we'll be really honest about that. But I know that even in 15 minutes, I'll be able to add some value for you. So let's just connect.
Let's connect, baby. I'm excited and nervous.
I'm really nervous. Like I feel a little bit like I have to pee because of it.
Me too. Weird.
Really? It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get like really nervous and then I have to pee. Not even like nervous. It's more like an anxious, like, things. Yeah. Cool. I'm glad I'm not alone there. But anyways.
Leave us a 5-star review here.
Is that how it works? Do you do stars? Is it stars?
I think it depends. We're on like every platform. I think on Spotify, it might be stars. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do whatever the best that you could do is do. And then also, if you don't like me and you want to bash me, I'm not going to even like punch you. You can just do that too.
We might passive aggressively destroy you.
I might just like write something that's going to like give you a blow to your status like you've never heard before, but I will not harm you outside of that.
And next week, we might film in person together.
That'd be super cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to Slice Squad Spills. If you're enjoying the show, please subscribe, leave a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback is going to help us improve and attracts more listeners to the show. Please share with your fellow time slicers. And hey, if you're ready to optimize your time and double your income, we've got you covered.